Why aren't you listening to me? Doesn't anybody ever listen to me? Listen to me? Listen to me? Listen to me? Blame yourselves for this fucking word salad that I just spit all over the goddamn plate. This is all your fault. You and I like to. That's it. I work under the cover of darkness because I don't need the rest of society to look in my eyes and know that is a bad person. Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt, 40-Year-Old Boy Podcast. You know what, folks? You know what I'm going to do from now on? I'm just going to record me sitting here asking Lily, what time is it now? What time is it now? Because I will come here and we will talk because I'm putting off doing this show because I don't have anything for you and I don't know what I'm going to bring to the table. And so inevitably, Lily and I then will have discussions about other things that are interesting and fun. And then I'm like, well, I should be talking about these on the air. But then it turns out that I can't because it's all about people Lily knows and she doesn't want these secrets exposed to you people who would have no information or idea what to do with this information. So I can't bring that to you. But just know that there are super secret discussions going on before I even get on the air. I will come here. I'll sit here. Right now, it's what time is it? 5:48? 5:48 on Tuesday. Unfortunately, it's a Tuesday record, folks, because by the time you hear this, will be in Chicago, waiting to go to Milwaukee. I have a show this weekend. Have I mentioned that? I was going to say I'll be on a plane, but that would be the longest flight in my life, really, because this isn't going to go up till Wednesday night late, Thursday morning early, and I'm getting on a plane tomorrow afternoon at 1. So unless there's some sort of weird Twilight Zone-ish, hey, you're on a loop around the earth, I think I'll be landed by then. I'm going to say I will be landed by then. Is that the proper terminology? I will have landed by then. I don't think I will be landed. That way, I'm not the plane. You know, right? Actually, when I think about it in pure English, in plain English, folks, I will not be landed. I will have landed in Chicago by then. Yeah. So I didn't want to start this, man. I'm sitting here because look, folks. All right. Here's the bad news. This is a house of ill. There's usually a house of ill repute. Right now, this is just a house of ill. There's no repute to discuss. There are a couple of ill people here right now, and I don't mean ill in the fabulous '80s rap way, where it's time to get ill. What's the time? You know what? That's right. What's the time? It's time to get ill. Certainly, I should just be asking that before the show. That's your answer. That's your standard answer whenever I come here. Well, what time is it? It's time to get ill. Looking at my Gucci, it's about that time. All right, so let me share this with you folks. When we were playing fantasy baseball a few years ago, there was a baseball player named Tadahito Iguchi. He was a second baseman from Japan that the Chicago White Sox signed. And during the fantasy auction, I was the auctioneer. So someone said Tadahito Iguchi for $1. And I went, looking at Iguchi, it's about that time for $1. That's right. I brought that to the table at my American League Fantasy Auction draft. What a dipshit. But, my God, did it catch on. Literally the entire league, whenever there was anything to do with a Gucci, looking at a Gucci, it's about that time. Oh, and then in 2008, he was traded to the Philadelphia Phillies, folks, and he actually has a World Series ring because of that. That's right. I don't know if I mentioned the World Series that the Phillies won in 2008. I mentioned it many times by year 2. So this is a house of illness right now. Poor Lily is here, and she is clad in... I always know when Lily's feeling a little ill because she's clad in men's clothing. Because usually she'll be a little tarted up or she'll be feeling her oats a little bit, but then I show up here today, she's got a giant men's t-shirt on and tube socks pulled up to her knees. Like she wants nothing to do with any of this. So she's got a bad like a knee. She fell yesterday. Oh, poor Lily. She fell because normally again we do the show Wednesday, so she's recovered from all of her bumps and bruises over at the Monday Night Teas. But here it is Tuesday after, and she barely got time to soak in her hot tub before I showed up here for the show. Because that's normally what she does on Monday. She's like a football player. You ever hear those stories about football players? Oh man, Jerome Bettis was a football player. He played for the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Rams, the Los Angeles Rams. I don't think he played in St. Louis. He played for the Los Angeles Rams and the Steelers. He got fucking hammered. Like he would tell these stories about, because he was a running back and he would get pounded. And they always tell these stories about how he would wake up in the morning and he couldn't move the day after a game. He could not move. He would actually crawl out of his bed, crawl to like the top step, and then crawl like one step at a time, ass scoot like a fucking chimp down the stairs. Do chimps ass scoot? I don't know if they do. Dogs do, right? I don't know. Look, don't get me started on animals. Last week we were in the jungle and some guy wrote me and he's like, penguins in the jungle? And I'm like, yeah, it was a joke, remember? I don't understand the literal police. Why are you listening to this fucking show and taking it literally? Sure, I say literally 500 times. But that doesn't mean the things that I say are to be taken literally. Anyway, so he would ask scoot down, and he couldn't move. He would have to wind up in a hot tub, and then like Mondays in the cold tub, the hot tub, cold tub. But he told this story. Over the years, because he played in the NFL probably like 13, 15 years, and he was a running back. So when you carry the ball, they try to strip the ball from your grasp, and they try to get the ball out of your hands. So they're constantly clutching and grabbing and clawing and tugging and pulling at your arms and your hands. He tells the story that by the end of his NFL career, he had to tape his hands up and wear gloves because his thumbs were useless. He would put his hands up like to catch a pass, and the ball would go right through his thumbs because he couldn't use them to grip or grab anything. They were like a saloon doors. You know what I mean? Like literally, you could put his thumbs up and they would pass through. Like they just hung and they were limp and they did nothing at all. He had impotent thumbs. That's what he had. That guy needed Viagra for his thumbs, for Christ's sake. I wonder if you can do that. Can you tell Viagra where to go in your body? If you take it and then there's like a sign, there's like a sign right there in your stomach, and it's like, no, go that way, and you go over and make the thumbs hard. Oh my God, my thumbs are so hard, folks. You have no idea how hard my thumbs are right now. That's right. So there was like a Viagra bomb. You could put it wherever you wanted to get it hard, right? You could do that. Just you could like put it on your, what, I guess there's really nothing else you want hard besides your thumbs and your cock. Nowhere else. Yeah. Tongue? No, you can't. No, that's listen to me. Take it from me. All right. You don't want a hard, stiff tongue. Has to be fluid. It has to be. You have to be in full control of that and be able to take it wherever you want at all times. Again, that's the only thing I know about. Everything else up for fucking grabs. But as far as that, trust me, I can coach you through on that. If I went to the Learning Annex, I could teach a class on that. That's about it. All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Sure we shall. Why not? All right, I can't say that. But yeah, so now poor Lily she's wearing men's clothes, and she's all ill, and she fell down. She's got a banged up knee, and she's all kind of like on I was going to say on your last legs. That doesn't sound good at all. She's not dying, but she's ill and she's not feeling well. And I should tell you that I have a tumor in my head. All right, so I do. Trust me, I do. Because again, I don't have a doctor. I actually went to Dr. Internet and he told me I have a tumor in my head. We've covered that many times, that whenever something's wrong with me, I put in the symptoms and they're like, you have a tumor in your head. But I have like pain behind my eyes, but I don't have like a stuffed nose, like a sinus. And I had a real, like my gland in my neck on my left-hand side was like a golf ball the other day. It was like really swollen. But now it's gone back down. I don't know what the fuck's happening. You know what? Here's what's happening. I have a job where I sit in 40-degree weather for 8 hours. That's my fucking job. I literally sit with the doors open. I basically sit in a parking garage, freezing my fucking balls off, making sure nobody steals a Corolla. What the fuck? What does it come to? What does it fucking come to, folks? This is the man who spun a yarn out of Lester Hayes with a garden sprinkler, and yet he's guarding fucking Celicas all night long. No, he's not. What about that? Would be awful. Celicas, they don't even make those anymore, do they? The Toyota Celica. Why do I only work where there are Toyotas? I said a Corolla and a Celica. I'm and a Pathfinder. Wait, that's a Nissan. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm guarding only Toyotas. I only guard Japanese cars. That's my rule, folks. If you break into the parking garage where I work and you see a Buick, take it. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to sit there and nod as my teeth chatter and I freeze and the tumor in my head throbs. Yeah, because I got weird stuff going on behind my eyes. Like, and I should tell you, I'm here with a fully empty head. Let me tell you that, folks. I got a haircut today, so to lessen the burden on my skull, and I cleaned out my ears. Like I went with peroxide and did all that. I cleared that. So I got a full flight tomorrow, so I don't have to be popping my ears all the time. My head is clean as a fucking whistle, except for the tumor. So I actually thought, and I have like weird jaw stuff happening now too. So because I thought, I'm like in my head, well, my ears are stuffed and that's what the problem is. And that's what's fucking up my jaw and my eyes and everything else. Well, now my ears are cleaned out and nope, eyes and jaw still fucked up. TMJ, what does that mean? Stop, it does not. Why would I still have TMJ? Yes, you have it. All right. Oh my God, hold on, folks. Hold the phone. The House of Ill has just gotten even more ramped up.
Just go away. TMJ is with you forever.
Stop. No, what, like tinnitus? I have tinnitus. Did you know that? I've talked about that on here many times. Did you see the guy who killed himself from tinnitus yesterday? Some guy in England stabbed himself because he had tinnitus from a Who concert or something. And he has, or no, was it the Foo Fighters? I forget. He saw somebody and he has not slept in 3 months, they said. And they said he killed himself because of the tinnitus. I gotta think he didn't kill himself because he hasn't slept in 3 months, right? I mean,
think so.
To me, the tinnitus is just, they're saying he didn't sleep because of the tinnitus, but that's fucking horseshit. I mean, if you don't sleep for 3 months, you do a lot of crazy bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, case in point, do this show. I haven't slept in 3 months. Have I mentioned that, folks? I got a tumor in my head. It won't let me sleep. But am I taking the easy way out like this fucking limey cocksucker? Fuck no. I'd plow through it, tumor in my head or not. I don't care if it grows out and I have a huge cauliflower bump on top of my fucking head. I'm going to go through and make this happen. Wow, 10 minutes. Lily's like, you know what, do the show. Because I didn't want to do the show today, folks. I got to tell you. Because after last week, I was like, because I told you last week I had nothing. And then look what the fun we had. Look what happened. And now I'm looking back at that show finally, and I'm thinking, fuck, I'm never going to do that again. I can't do that again. So then I get in my head about that, and then I sit here with Lily, and I'm like, what time is it? What time is it? I don't. And she's like, you want to start this? No. What time is it? Huh? It is time to get ill, certainly. Hold on. What time is it? Looking at a Gucci, it's about that time. Time to get ill. So I panic myself about doing a show, and it's like, and I shouldn't. I mean, I've been doing this 4 fucking years, but you're only as good as your next show. So I mean, it's like in my mind, if I do a show now and it's a stiff, all of you are gonna be like, fucking stiff, and I'm gonna go, dude, Lester Hayes with the garden sprinkler, and you go, it was last week, dick. And then I get cast onto the heap of podcasts you never listen to. That's all I need. Everybody unplugs, and then that's me talking to one guy named Will. And honestly, how arrogant am I to think that Will's gonna stick around? That's Why have I put the entire crux of my podcasting career on the poor, frail shoulders of Will? Will doesn't want that kind of pressure. Will just wants to tune in and listen to a nice show and enjoy himself and laugh. But no, now, Will, you are the main reason I do this, for fuck's sake. Everybody else bailed. It's just me and you, buddy. How you doing, Will? What's going on? Send me an email. We'll have a chat about it. Boy, I could just bring my podcast to mail then, couldn't I? I'll just type, it'll be like Letters from the Civil War. Dearest Will. And I'll just write some long ass fucking note. All right. And oh my God, actually, look, I will not write a long ass fucking note. Hold on a second. That's really where my use of profanity catches up to me and makes things sound a little different than they should. I am not writing a long ass fucking note. It's a long ass, comma, fucking note. See, if I was mailing this, you would have gotten that. If I had written this in a letter, there would have been no possible blurring of the fact that you thought I was writing a note about ass fucking. You would have been right on board with it because you would have seen that comma and you would have said, "Oh, I understand. It's just extraneous profanity." But no, now you think I'm writing a long note about ass fucking. Which, quite frankly, I don't know why. One paragraph tops. I mean, honestly, it's got to be one paragraph tops. I don't know. I'm not teaching that at the Learning Annex. What the fuck do I know? Let's not get into the syllabus of ass fucking. I wish I could name the show that. Oh my God, how great would that be as the name of the show? Just to see the looks on everybody's faces. And also not only the name of the show, but also my favorite song by Reflex. The syllabus of ass fucking. The syllabus of feeling good. All right. That's my favorite 80s song. The syllabus of ass fucking. Fuck, folks. Fuck. Oh, by the way, I should clear this up. Lester Hayes is not dead. I made all these. It's so funny. People will write me to correct me about things and mistakes that I make. Like Lester Hayes is not dead. All right, which and actually, I actually learned that before I left Lily's house last week. But the show was already finished, and I wasn't about to go back and fucking correct it. But I said, you know what, wiki fucking Lester Hayes to make sure he's alive or dead, or because I think I said he's dead, and she pulled it up. She's like, he's alive. I said, oh, great. I'll look forward to the letters, and they came. And another gentleman wrote me, and he was very nice, and he just said, hey, Mike, there is a lion in Midsummer Night's Dream. Because I had said that if there was a lion in Midsummer Night's Dream, I would have gotten that role, and then you could just cast all of the characters hiding in a garage from the lion in Midsummer Night's Dream. Fuck, I should just repeat last week's show because it was so goddamn funny. I actually listened to it. That's how funny I thought it was. Holy shit, was that funny stuff. I love the fact that this show is just me wistfully looking back at last week's show. Folks, if you've downloaded this show, you've downloaded an error. Please download last week's show and marvel at that. And realize that I left it all on the table that week. With nothing, and then had a short week here. I'm the fucking Jets. I'm last week's Jets. The Jets lost on Sunday Night Football, and then they had only 4 days, and they still got beat by fucking Jesus and the Broncos. Terrible. So now that's me. I did my show last week, and I left it all on the table, and here we go with a short week, and I'm sitting here in a sick house. Goddamn sick house. I'm sick. I got a tumor in my head. Lily's wearing a man shirt. This is a fucking whiff. Where's the inspiration in a chick in a man's shirt? I mean, if it was like a man's button shirt, like a Van Heusen, like a fucking white button shirt and nothing else, boom, inspiration. But right now, it's just white tube socks and a man's white t-shirt. Blah. Maybe I should just spray Propel all over you. That would work. If I sprayed Propel over you, that would be inspiration. And as you screamed and yelled and got angry at me and kicked me out of your house. And then I could blame you. I could say it was your fault that the show was not good and that I didn't get too much of it done. All right. Here's something I'll tell you, folks. Thanksgiving is upon us. That's coming this week. I don't know if you're aware. Actually, today, if you're hearing the show, you're probably hearing it on Thanksgiving. Because I think immediately the first thing you do is you start playing. You just fucking download it, plug it in your iPod vagina, and drive around until I'm done talking, and then go home and have some turkey. I've explained to you over the years past how I feel about Thanksgiving and how it's. For some reason, I want it to be Thanksgiving. Like I expect it to be turkey, and then there's stuff, and it's like it's a holiday. It's a thing. It's even to me, it's even more than Christmas in that way. And I've done shows in the past where I said, look, it just smells like Thursday because I woke up and Karen cooked nothing. I woke up just like a normal house, whatever the fuck. So this year, I'm on a plane Wednesday, and then people who listen to the show were like offering me to come to where they, all right, let me get to this real quick. Some dude wrote me and he's like, Mike, I'm sorry I can't go to Milwaukee and see the show because I'm going to be in LA for the podcast-a-thon, but I would really like to take you out to dinner. I mean, I was like, I'd really be, make me happy to do that. So I wrote him and I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm in. I go, tell me what works best and da-da-da. And then he didn't answer me for 4 days. Don't you people fucking learn? At least it wasn't on my phone. It wasn't a text. It was an email. But he didn't answer me for 4 days. And then he wrote back and he's like, yeah, oh, awesome. That's great news. You pick whenever and pick the time, whatever, and then just let us know because we're doing this and, whatever. Like, it just all of a sudden it became, I got to do all the fucking planning now. You know what I mean? Like, God damn it. Don't you people listen to me when I tell you? I need to be coddled. I need you to show up in a fucking stretch limo and take me wherever the fuck. I don't care. It's just, I know I'm being unreasonable. All right. I know I'm being very unreasonable. But if people contact me and they want to do stuff and then I go, okay, great. And then they go, all right, well, then you take care of it and let me know. Like, motherfucker. God damn it. You're the one with the schedule. You're here for 4 days. You tell me what works best. And I understand they're deferring to me because they think, well, Mike, he might be busy. I'm not fucking busy. Ever. You know how unbusy I am? I've accepted a dinner date with you. Guy I've never met in my life. That's how fucking unbusy I am. But they defer and they throw it in my lap. And he's just like, and again, I may have read it wrong because writing is bad. We all know this. I read things terribly. But it was this, all of a sudden he's like, yeah, man, we just got this one thing going on Sunday night at 8:30. So, wherever. And he's like, he tells me where they're staying. He's like, yeah, we can go to your sushi place or anywhere in between, whatever. Just let us know. Let us know. Motherfucking let us know. And I guess it's because it's my town and I know places, all right? So now I should just start being the fucking Hitler of dinner dates and just start going, Jawohl, you will be here when I say. I don't know who the fuck that accent was. I tried to do a Hitler voice, but I couldn't. But yeah, maybe I should just fucking start whipping people into shape when they tell me to do that. I should just give them a fucking itinerary. Like, I just mail it. Be here, wear this, motherfucker, and bring this. And this is what we're going to talk about. And then I'm not going to talk. You're going to talk for an hour while I shovel food in my mouth on your goddamn dime. The end. Dearest Will. Good thing I'm not doing mail shows. If I was typing the shows out, then see, it would be completely misinterpreted by Will. He wouldn't know what the fuck I was talking about. Like I said, writing blows, texting blows. Words suck. Words are awful. We get that, right? Talking is where it's at, folks. We all got a mouth. Use it. If you don't know how to use it, take my class at the Learning Annex. I'll explain to you how to use it. I got a class called Mouth with Mike. Getting mouthy with Mike at the Learning Annex. Everybody hand me fucking $85 and I'll give you 2 hours telling you exactly what the fuck you should do with your mouth. All the good things and all the bad things. Trust me, I've done it all and continue to do so. Wherever, whenever you want to meet me or wherever. Just, well, motherfucker, meet me at AM PM for a cheeseburger. I'll shake your hand and go the fuck home. God damn it. Take some pride. Take some ownership in this fucking thing. You wrote me and said, oh my God, I'm going to be in LA and I can't go to your Milwaukee show. I really want to. And again, I'm irrational. And again, this guy's going to cancel and that's fine because, well, fuck, we didn't have a date anyway. Plus, he wants to do this Sunday. I'm teaching a class at the Learning Annex on Sunday. Well, I'm getting mouthy with Mike that afternoon. God damn it. So I don't know. I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Tell me if I'm wrong. And then Jill, who's seeing me in Milwaukee, she writes me today, and now she's like sad. Like she thinks that I'm mad at her. And I'm like, I was so mad at you, right? I wasn't really mad at you. She wrote me a note. She's just like, yeah, I'm sure I'm the last person you want to hear from. Oh my God, no, stop that. You are absolutely not the last person I want to hear from. Trust me. You want the list? I mean, I can give you a sort of a number of where you are on that list. It's not near the bottom. I can tell you one guy you're definitely ahead of. Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever. Let's make it happen. Fuck you. Let's make it happen. God damn it. I don't get it. I guess I'm wrong. I must be wrong. But if you advance that you want to see me and do something, and then I write you back and I go, all right, and then you wait 4 days. And then you're like, yeah, well, wherever. He's like, we can do it at Liver Toast and Nonsense or your other place, whatever you want to do, man. I'm easy. Well, you're easy? Guess what? It's time for you to be hard. Pick something you want to fucking do and let me know, because otherwise I'm just going to I'll bring you to some, anywhere. I guess, I don't know. Am I wrong? I guess I'm wrong. I should be flattered that they want me to be the guy driving and figuring everything out. But again, am I the guy in this relationship all the time? Is that what it is? I got to make all the fucking plans? I want to be the chick sometimes. Let me be the chick. Let me settle in and be the goddamn woman, all right? You're squiring me. You're courting me. Bring me flowers, all right? Make me feel wanted. I want some candy, some fucking bonbons. Make a date. Make an effort, motherfucker. That's what I say. Treat me like I'm the girl you've always wanted to date and you've never had a shot, and now you're finally in town with me and I actually said fucking yes. You know what you don't do? Wait 4 fucking days. What are you, Vince Vaughn and Swingers? Fuck you. Contact me, motherfucker. Be Jon Favreau. Call me that night and just be stammering around on my goddamn machine and not knowing how to comport yourself because you can't believe that I said yes. I have too high of an opinion of myself. That's what it is. I do. I have too high of an opinion of myself because I seem to think that it's like, oh yeah, this will be. But I maybe by being accessible and blue collar and like a normal guy, because I preach that I'm just like everybody else, which I am. But then part of me wants to be, fucking. I'm not like you. I'm not like everybody else. All right. So yeah, I saw Jill's note today and just like, oh no, and I, whatever the fuck. I'm an idiot. And now, but by saying this, now it's going to be even worse. Now she's going to be like, "Oh, I heard you say mean things about me a second time." No, it's not mean. It's just talking. I'm filling fucking time. That's all I'm doing. I'm filling. You know what? Looking at a Gucci, it's about that time. Time for me to fucking. You know what? You know what the time? It's time for me to fill. What's the time? It's time for me to fill. Holy shit! All right. I have just sprayed all of you down with Thanksgiving indignance. So, we know my feelings about Thanksgiving, and now we know my feelings about other things. But I like Thanksgiving. I'm a fan. So I'm going to be in, and people offered, when I was going to be in Milwaukee, people were very nice, and they offered me, Jill actually offered me to come to her place and be with her giant family and have Thanksgiving, and other people did too. But I'm going to be in Chicago on actual Thanksgiving, and then driving up to Milwaukee on Friday. So I'm at Max's house for Thanksgiving. All right. Well, let me get to that in a second. I'm staying at Dave's. I'm getting to David's on Wednesday, and I'll stay there Wednesday night. And then I wasn't sure if I was going to see my mom on Thanksgiving, because all right, look, I like Thanksgiving to be a thing. And, my mom lives with my stepdad, and they live like 45 minutes from everywhere. And they don't do a thing where they don't cook. They don't have a bunch of people over. It's not a thing. But I wanted to see my mom. I haven't seen my mom in a year, probably. I think it's been a while. Yeah, that might be. So I actually called her earlier this month when I was going to be in Chicago to do the show. And I called my mom. She answers, and, I said, "Hey, what are you doing?" She goes, "Oh, I'm glad you called me. We're leaving for Florida this week." And I said, "Oh my God, why?" And she said, "Oh, well, no, my mom's sister, my Aunt Marge, her second husband, Bob, died. Because I told her this is the year of dying uncles. So he actually died a couple of months ago. And they would winter in Florida. So this will be her first winter without him down in Florida at their place. So my mom and stepdad decided they were going to help my aunt pack everything up and get rolling, and then go with her down to Florida and stay with her, while she got everything set up. So I said, okay, so you're going with Aunt Marge. How long are you going to be gone? She goes, well, we're going to be gone for 3 weeks. I was like, wow, that's crazy. I said, oh, okay. Well, I'm doing a show there next week. That's weird that you guys aren't going to be in touch. She's like, oh, I'm sorry we missed it. That's fine. And I didn't think she was going to come anyway. All right. That's fine. She's seen me before. She hasn't seen what I'm doing now, but she's seen me before. Does not need to be in a room with me talking to strangers. She has no interest. And it's a lie. She'd support, but whatever. So, but she was going to Florida, and I'm all for it. I don't ever want to impose. So I'm like, good. What it meant was I didn't have to deal with everything with her coming over. I didn't have to deal with that happening. So we talked, and I said, great. And she said, well, I'll be back in like 3 weeks. I said, fine. So she splits, and I didn't talk to her. So I called her last week, Thursday. Yeah, I think Thursday. I did the math. I'm like, well, it's been 3 weeks. Maybe she'll be home. So I called, and she picked up. She was home. And I go, hey. And she goes, hey, oh, my God, how are you? I said, good. She goes, we just got home last night late. I said, oh, good. I said, are you eating? Because I called them at Central Time. And she said, no, Dan just went to get a pizza, and he should be home any second. And I was calling to touch base about Thanksgiving. Because, again, I didn't see her. But I was like, well, I mean, if I'm in town, how do you not at least say, are you going to be there? I mean, because people are getting older. All right. I know friends whose parents are sick. I know friends whose, they're, and I see it happening where people are becoming more frail. Fuck, I'm becoming more frail. I got a tumor in my head. Have I mentioned that, folks? So I started to feel a little bit beholden. Like maybe I should start talking to my mom more and seeing her, and because it's not going to be too long where I have to show up in town and take care of her affairs. I mean, it's everybody's getting older. So I'm like, well, I should do more than I do to try to stay in contact with her. So I called her up. She's like, hey, we just got home last night. I said, oh, good. And I was going to see about Thanksgiving. And she goes, I said, are you in the middle of dinner? No, Dan's coming home with a pizza. I'm glad you called, actually. We're not going to be here very long. I said, oh, you're going out tonight? She goes, no, we're leaving in like 3 days. We're going back to Florida. I said, really? She goes, we're moving. I said, what do you mean you're moving? She goes, yeah, we went down there with Aunt Marge, and there's a place right next door to hers, and we loved it. And so it's like a situation where you can go down and rent it for a few months and rent to own it. And but we're pretty sure we're going to buy it. But yeah, Dan and I, we're leaving in a week, and we're going down to Florida, and we're going to stay by Aunt Marge. We're going to stay for 2 months, and then we'll be back February 1st, probably to close out the house and move. We're going to move down there. Now, my mom is not, I mean, she lived out of Illinois when she was younger because my dad was in the Navy, so she was in Rhode Island with him for a while. But I mean, my mom's been in Chicago her whole life. I mean, as far as, for living. And they've always been looking, they've always been threatening to go somewhere else, like Missouri or all these other places. But it just seems so abrupt that my mom was she's moving to Florida within a week. Like, she went there for 3 weeks, and then she came back for a week, and now she's shutting down and bailing. And first of all, I shouldn't be saying this because now people know that there's a house in that suburb that's going to be unmanned for 2 months. So meth squatters are going to fucking roll in and go ahead and steal the goddamn place. But she's got they put the house on the market. They're fucking gone. And I should tell you this: my mom's house is, I don't know how the fuck she's going to move out of there. She's got to get that hoarders team from TV to fucking get in there because her basement is just a nightmare. Like, I can't, that was one of the main reasons why I think they never moved, is because all of our childhoods are in the basement, and they don't want to let those ghosts out. You know what I mean? My mom still has like every photo. Like, I have no photographs of myself from when I was a kid. None. My mom has all of them. My mom has everything, but she doesn't know where they are. It's not like they're in a place of honor. They're just in piles and piles and piles of fucking boxes in her basement. You'd have to fucking start tearing through them. And, once you got through cutlery from the 1800s, and then went through the other 4 boxes of cutlery from the 1800s, and then found boxes of old clothes and all this other bullshit. Finally, I would find a box of photographs. And it's funny, my mom, when Karen and I first started dating and then lived together, we were down there visiting, and Karen asked my mom for some photos, and my mom said no. But not in a mean way. But my mom was like, "No, I've got big plans. I'm going to get these, these crazy, whatever, notebooks or fucking scrapbooks, whatever the fuck." And she was going to put together these photo albums, and she had all these plans. And I think those photos are still stuck together in a fucking Tupperware bin down in my mom's basement, which is funny because Karen would have made a collage out of them. Well, yeah, maybe it's best that Karen didn't get them, quite frankly, because she would have made some huge fucking wall collage. I'm glad she didn't. So yeah, maybe it's best that they're just rotting away in a fucking basement. But my mom, yeah, so my mom's splitting. Like they're moving. So I'm not even going to see her for Thanksgiving. And now they're going to Florida. I don't know when the fuck I'm going to see him. I mean, we need to bring Mike to Florida, Paige. Bring Mike to the Gulf of Mexico because she's like, yeah, we're a mile from the Gulf of Mexico. We went fishing and we did all this. I'm just like, oh, okay, well, good for you guys. And it started to make me think, like, maybe I wonder if my mom and my stepdad killed somebody. Like, I mean, like. Are they on the lam? Like, are they really like one step ahead of the law? That because I mean, just who the fuck packs up their entire? They've lived there forever. Dan grew up with the high school. They all went to high school. They're from Chicago, and they make a decision in 3 weeks in Florida. Just we're selling the house and moving here right now. We're moving, and if they're moving, because my aunt is only going there for the winters. You know what I mean? So my aunt still comes back in the summer. So is my mom going to be just down there forever? I don't know. So it just seems strange. So I called her for Thanksgiving, and that's not happening. Holy shit, really? Oh my God. I should start being funny. We're 30 minutes in. But yeah, it was so strange that she's moving. I just find that so odd. And then I'm not going to see her. And it's this, and then you're on the phone and she's telling me she's leaving, and I don't really care because I'm very. If you guys know anything about me, family is important to me, but it's not. I'm not one of those God, family, country dudes. You know what I mean? Like, I love my mom, and I sort of know my brothers still. You know what I mean? I talk to them occasionally, but it's not like we're all the fucking Waltons. You know what I mean? It's like I barely see anybody. But my mom was the touchstone. Like, I would still see my mom, and I was still close with her. But now she's bailing, and it's so because that means I won't see her for a year and a half. And it's never really bothered me. I mean, I go long stretches without seeing my family because my friends are my family. David and his wife and the kids are like my nephews and nieces, and that's who I consider my family when I go back home. So I never I didn't even tell my mom I was coming to town for Thanksgiving. Like once she said that she was moving, because I knew if I said that it would have turned into a production. And she would have said, "Oh my God, no! Well, you got to come and see me. You got to do this." And I guess what's funny is I should have at that point said, "Hey, I'll be in town," because she's going to be leaving, but I took it. This is like weird self-analysis, but once I heard her saying that she was leaving, I didn't want to interfere with it. Like I didn't want to all of because then it would look like I was saying, "Oh, well, I'm coming to town," and be needy and say, "You've got to make turkey for me when I come to your house." I mean, it just seemed like such a fucking dumb thing to do. I don't want to impose, so. I just went, oh, okay, well, that's amazing that you're leaving. And I said, I'm going to be in Milwaukee for Thanksgiving. Like, I didn't even tell her I'd be in Chicago because what's the point? I'm going to make her all the wheels are in motion. I'm not going to make her shut it down because then that's just resentful. Then her and Dan lose a day because I had to go down there and eat fucking chopped chicken livers. That's not the fucking plan. That's weak. I'm serious. I mean, I would like to see her, and I'm sure she would like to see me. But at the same time, life is going on for them. Their life is happening, and my life is happening, and so there's no point in showing up there. I've never been a guy who believes that, it all shuts down when you get that phone call from somebody. It shouldn't. I mean, it does. Look, we all know that it does, but it shouldn't. I got weird family stuff. All right, so I'll be funny at some point. I swear. So I called Mex. So I'm going to be at Mex's for Thanksgiving. I wasn't planning on it. I had told him initially that I'd be going to his place and then probably leaving early to go to my mom's. But then he told his wife that I was going to be there, and she got on the phone. She goes, "You're going to be here for Thanksgiving?" I said, I might leave early. I don't know. And she goes, "Well, I just need to know because I want to know what to cook. I want to make sure you have a good time." And I'm like, I go, "I'll be fine." But she's like, "Well," I said, "David already told me that you guys might be going somewhere else." She goes, "If you're going to be here, we will do it at our house." She goes, I'm not going to leave you somewhere. And I go, "Well, no, I could probably get to my mom's." She goes, "You tell me." She goes, "But if you're going to be at our house, we'll do it at my house." And I said, "Oh, okay, cool." So then it turns out I'm going to be there. So Mex calls me this week, and we've been talking. We're trying to get the Milwaukee t-shirts all squared away. And by the way, people have written me, and I have not written back, and I apologize because this week has been fucking crazy. But yes, there are Milwaukee t-shirts. No, there are not a lot of them. I can tell you that there's very, very few for sale. A lot of people pre-order them, which is great. And I'll be truly honest with you. The only reason I did Milwaukee shirts is because I sold pre-orders. Because after Chicago, did I mention on here what happened in Chicago? Yeah, in Chicago, I went, I got to rethink this. Well, all right, if I didn't say it, I ordered a lot and I did not sell very many. So I still have a lot of Chicago shirts left. And I can't be doing that because then, inevitably, the idea of city-specific shirts is a great idea unless that city has no interest in those shirts. Because then other cities are like, well, wait a minute, that's a shirt for Chicago. I don't want that. I want my shirt, And it's so funny. People in Portland, and Seattle are like, are you going to make any Portland or Seattle, shirts for, back order? I'm like, no. Maybe when I come back, I will. But right now I can't because I still got, believe me, I'm sleeping on piles of Minneapolis, Denver, and Chicago shirts. But to ensure that I will not have piles of Milwaukee shirts, we did not make many of them. So if you want one, when you see me at the end of the show, come up to me and I will sell it. But I literally have, I don't even remember how many, but it's not a lot. What the fuck's I talking about? Talked to David this week about being at his house for Thanksgiving, and he goes, hey, I got to talk to you. I said, all right. He goes, look, Thanksgiving's not a big deal at my house. And I go, okay, that's fine. I go, I'm at your place. It's cool. And he goes, well, no, I know you like Thanksgiving. Like you want it to be a certain thing. And I got to be honest, it smells like Thursday at my house. And I appreciated what he was saying, but I also felt terrible that my best friend had to go ahead and tell me that I was going to be disappointed with Thanksgiving at his house because it wasn't what I was used to. Dude, I'm just happy to be there with your family, and if there's a turkey or whatever the fuck, I don't care. I'm just happy to be there. But it's just this. Now I feel that I've created this image of myself of a guy who is really high maintenance, and now it makes me wonder. That's why these people keep writing me and saying, I know you're mad at me, or these people are like, hey, whatever you want to do is okay with me, because it turns out that I am giving this perception that I must be in control of that, and I am mad at that person, and I am wanting things in a certain way, and I would never make these demands, certainly on David. Look, you people listening, I'll make demands on you all goddamn day. Whether you want to do them or not is completely different. That's fine. But as far as this guy I've known 35 years, I'm going to be in his fucking house, and he's just like, yeah, I just want to tell you, it's not any great shakes, man. It's just, turkey and family. And I'm just, I don't need a goddamn Macy's balloon in the house. I mean, seriously, I must have really portrayed myself as this horrible guy over the last few years about Thanksgiving when I was trying to convey that all right, here's the thing. And also maybe he was doing this because, the whole smells like Thursday story. It wasn't about the fact that Thanksgiving was not there when I woke up like Christmas morning. It was about the fact that my wife had made all these plans. We went shopping. She told me how it was going to be and everything was going to be amazing. And then I woke up to nothing. And she's like, oh yeah, I'll get on it in like an hour. And I was like, no, I want to walk into a wonderland of Thanksgiving. I want to open the door and have Gene Wilder sing a song about pure imagination while I'm sucking turkey gravy out of a daisy. All right. That's what I wanted because I was told that was how it was going to be. At Max's house, I have no expectations of that whatsoever. I just assume I'm going to be in his house, and I'm happy he's letting me stay. But he feels the need to creep up on fucking, his tiny, tender feet and just, hey, listen, I got to warn you, we just eat normal food with forks on Thanksgiving. We have turkey and stuffing, and there's family here and football and all that. But I just want to make sure you do realize it that we don't reenact the Pilgrims and the Indians in the backyard or anything. You're aware of that, aren't you, Mike? Yes, I'm aware of that. But again, it's nobody else's fault. It's my fault for conveying the fact that I'm a guy who expects certain things. So I guess I should, in reality, I guess I shouldn't be mad when people call me and they're a little freaked out after they write me and I write them back and then 4 days later, it's like, whatever you want to do, Mike, is okay with us. Well, what do I want to do? I want to get an email answered on time, motherfucker. That's what I want. And see, I'm never happy. That's the thing is I am never happy. I come back around to that. It's like he wrote me back and said, hey, man, your choice, whatever you want to do. And I find a problem with that. I find a goddamn problem with the guy writing me and going, hey, man, whatever you want to do. It's cool. And instead, I want a guy to make fucking plans and tell me what we're doing. But I really don't, because what if he picks some shitty place? And then I'd be like, dude, you don't want to go to that. It's a shitty place. And then he'd be like, why didn't you fucking pick in the first place? I let you have the fucking the baton. I tossed it to you. Granted, after 4 days, could have written you 4 days earlier, but still. I should not have done this show. I should not have done this. I should have done the clip show. I told Lily before, and I go, look, I just want to do a clip show. Is there a way we can do that? And she's like, no, you'll be fine. She goes, if you don't get any traction after 20 minutes, we'll scrap it, and then we'll go ahead and do a clip show. Well, I don't have any traction now. I don't think this entire show is just a bitch fest. Literally, it's just me. I mean, certainly there's some self-discovery here. I can't lie about that. I've learned that I'm never happy with anything, and I don't like anything. Look, I fucking knew that, all right? I didn't need to talk in goddamn circles about turkey with friends and to fucking know that I'm an idiot. All right. I knew that. We knew that. You all knew that. But sure enough, now I got to fucking vocalize it for everybody to fucking hear. All you new people that have come on board. I'm sure there's plenty of new people who Thanksgiving are looking for a podcast. Hey, who's this gentleman? Let's go ahead and jump right in. Oh, this guy, nobody likes him. He doesn't even like himself. Exactly. Welcome to the 40-year-old boy, folks. Oh, I should have just done a clip show. I should have run the fucking greatness of the past. Oh, that's what it was. But folks, look, listen, if you don't think that this is up to snuff, and I can't blame you if that's the truth, because I'm sitting here, this is a bitch fest. This is me just fucking whining and whining about gravy. That doesn't make any sense. I've exposed the fact that I'm not happy ever, whether it's people being nice to me or giving me choices or people who are not nice to me. I don't care. I'm just not, I'm not happy. Ah, damn it. That's it. We found the revelation. I got to call Gil Martin. He should be sitting here if I find this revelation, for fuck's sake. It's funny. Paul told me, he's like, hey man, I'll get you on that mental illness, happy hour eventually. And I'm like, yeah, okay. He asked me to do it. Well, he didn't ask me to do it, but he's like, yeah, when he first started, he's like, hey, I'd really like to get you on there. I'm like, all right, well, whatever. And now it's been, 4 months, whatever the fuck. I don't know how long, 5 months, 6 months, could have been a year. I have no idea. I don't listen to the show. That's bullshit. Of course I do. But then he'll say stuff like, I just saw him at poker, and he's like, oh man, yeah, I definitely want to get you in there to do it, But I mean, I've listened to the show of his show, and I'm just sad because a guy won't go to dinner with me, like, or he won't pick the restaurant. These other people, this person's like, yeah, I took a meth pipe and I jammed it in my asshole, and I learned how to smoke through there because all my teeth had been knocked out in a fight with 4 Negroes. I mean, it's like, holy shit. These people have legitimate problems, and that's who Paul's talking. I can't do that fucking show. I don't have any fucking problems like that. All of my problems are self-created by me, and they're not real problems. They're just kind of surface problems. But these other people are like, oh my God, it's unbelievable. I had to eat my dog. What? You had to eat your dog? Well, I don't want to get into it. What do you mean? You're here to get into it? Oh, of course I want to get into it. And they start sobbing. Oh my God. And Paul does his interviews like in his house. I wouldn't know those people on my block. I wouldn't give those people my fucking address. He's just, and so, I mean, if you have a podcast and your guests, you can't give their last names. Like, all right, here's this person. I've given them the gift of anonymity. I won't put their picture on my website or their last name so they can open up and tell us all about themselves. Holy shit. How horrible is this going to be? Paul, thank you for having me. I guess it all started like 16 years ago. I felt that I was sexually attracted to children, and I used my position as a football coach to take advantage of that. Wow, that's quite a revelation. I need to remind everybody we're here with Mystery. I won't be giving his real name or putting his picture on the website, but Mystery is here to detail us about the terrible things that have happened in his life. Go ahead, Mystery. Well, unfortunately, I was on a date with one of these children once, and I took him back to the facilities at, I don't want to say exactly where because I don't want to incriminate anybody there, and I certainly don't want to bring unnecessary attention. Let's just say I was at P State. That's all I'll say. But I brought this child. We had a wonderful date of play wrestling, and I brought him to show him the football facilities, and because I've often found that would really work. If you're ever looking to close the deal with a child, make sure you bring them to a shiny facility with a lot of showers, because they will be wide-eyed and goggle-eyed, and also a little scared, because once you take your clothes off, well, then they're kind of frozen in place. They don't know what to do because you're their ride home. Anyway. Let me stop you right there and remind everybody, thank you for listening to the Mental Illness Happy Hour. I'm Paul Gilmartin. We're here with Mystery. Mystery is telling us all about, it's a fascinating tale about some terrible things that have happened in the past, and we'll get him to cry soon enough. Hold on one second. All right, Mystery, go ahead. Continue your story. So this boy and I are hitting it off. Well, it seems like we're hitting it off well. I mean, he hasn't cried yet. So we are... I suggest, why don't we take this into the showers? Because, you can only wrestle for so long before the child is just, he starts to question exactly what's going to happen. So we go into the showers, right? And it's, look, I'm just doing it because I've found that the easiest way to have sex with a child is once you get them naked in a shower. I mean, I would just... Take it from a guy who has years of practice and again, I can't stress that this is not a real place, but I don't want, at P State, at least that's how it worked at P State. I don't know how they ran it over at other places, other universities that aren't in Pennsylvania. Hold on, did I say Pennsylvania? Can we edit that out? Yes, Mystery, I'll take care of that. Again, I'm Paul Gilmartin. We're here on the Mental Illness Happy Hour. See, I can't be on that fucking show. He's got these motherfuckers who can't give their names and do terrible, terrible things. All I'm doing is bitching about turkey in the straw. Holy shit. The song and the food. Nobody wants turkey in the straw while they're listening to Turkey in the Straw. That's what I'd be bitching about on his show. And he just looked at me and go, are you going to cry yet? I'm going to cry because you have no real problems. I've had people on the show who legitimately are fucked up, and you're here. That's why he won't have me on. He keeps putting me off, but he keeps throwing that carrot out there like, hey, dude, I'm going to get you on eventually as soon as I think you're mentally ill enough to do the show. Fuck me. I'm not. I can't. I won't. I mean, I'll do it, but it's just going to be me giggling at the fact that I'm an idiot. I should make him not use my full name. It's just like, we're here with Mike. I can't say his full name. Hi. Mike, tell us what happened. Yeah, Paul, this is terrible. I had a guy, he wanted to take me out to a very expensive dinner, and he sent me an email, and so I replied right away that I would go to that dinner. It took him 4 fucking days to reply to me. What the fuck, Paul? Mike, that doesn't really sound like anything that terrible. I mean, 4 days doesn't seem like... Again, Paul, 4 fucking days to reply to an email about a fancy dinner he wants to pay for? Who the fuck does he think I am? God damn it, I'm a somebody. I'm not a nobody. You put a nobody off. If I'm a somebody, you jump in and answer my fucking email right away, god damn it. All right, we are here on the Mental Illness Happy Hour with Mike, who has a lot of problems with emails. Mike, you are aware of the fact that I had a guy on here who has a jar of teeth at home. You are aware of that from teeth he has knocked out of the heads of other men in a fight. You do know that, right? Yeah, I heard that fucking story. But, Paul, emails! Don't even get me started about my wife not making dinner for me on time. Holy shit! Dude, you might as well have Ralph Cramden on the show if those are the problems. My wife didn't have dinner on the table. Holy, that's who I am. I'm some asshole from the 50s. That's who I am. Jesus Christ. Should have done a clip show. I want Paul to do a clip show. That's what I have the Mental Illness Happy Hour. Hey, here's our greatest hits, We're here with Kyle, not his real name, who stabbed his mom in the face with a Bic pen. Kyle. Believe me, that's one clip show I'm not going to make. Paul, did I mention the time my soup was too cold? Yes, you did several times, Mike. Why are you here? It's a waste of everyone's time. Yeah, I've thought that. I've thought that before, Paul. I've been told that before, quite frankly. Fuck. Should have done a clip show, man. I should have never even stepped foot in the building. We could have done this show via email. I could have sent you a text of what to do. You would have done it. Everything would have been fine. Fuck. I don't, and now, because now, well, fuck, I guess, fuck that. You know what? Because I don't even want to talk anymore. It's so weird. It's so weird. I know that sounds dumb, but it's like because it's a Tuesday, it's just, I got all in my fucking head. I don't want to talk. I'm done talking. But I'm not done. I guess I'm not, but you know what? It's a holiday. It's a fucking holiday. You know what's funny is you can hear me talking myself out of it, can't you? Can't you hear it happening? It's like when you watch a fight and you see the fight happening and you see one guy starting to impose his will on the other guy, and eventually that guy starts to mentally break. And then eventually he winds up getting put into a chokehold and he gives his back. He actually gives his back to the other fighter, hoping that guy will choke him out so he can tap out and quit. I'm giving you my back, folks. You can actually hear me talking myself out of doing the rest of this fucking show. How weak is that? But yet, that's how I feel overwhelmingly. Because I'm like, oh, it's a holiday. I should take it off. I should have taken it off anyway. I shouldn't even be in the fucking building. God damn it, stop. But I can't. It's now, you know what, though? It's now the horse is out of the barn. Now it's running. And I'm not, you think I'm going to run and chase it, folks? Fuck that. I'm not running anywhere. That horse is gone. I just want to sit down and eat pie. That's all I want to do right now. It's Thanksgiving. We're all excited. We're all right now. That's what you're probably doing. Well, no, you're not listening to this while you're eating pie. That's ridiculous. Nobody in their right mind had family time, dinner, and then went, hey, it's time for dessert and the 40-year-old boy. It's a tradition unlike any other. Let's listen to him talk about the rapist who was on Paul Gilmartin's show. Fuck, man. But that's what I want. I want to just sit down and eat a pumpkin pie, like a whole, and not even just one piece. I want a whole goddamn pumpkin pie right now. Fuck. Got to be on a plane tomorrow because I'm in my head. I got all this shit I still haven't packed. I got stuff to do. I got a show in Milwaukee Friday, which is going to be huge. You guys are sitting there in your tweakedaudio.com/40earbuds. You're like, what is he doing? He's giving us his back. That's what he's doing. Yes, I am. I'm tapping to strikes right now. You guys are wailing on me and I've fucking caved. I should have done a fucking clip show. That's what I should have done. You know what? Fuck it. It's not too late. You know what? You know why? Because on the holidays, everybody takes off early, right? You know how you guys even did it. Like on Wednesday at work, right about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you're like, fuck. In 4 days, I'm off for you get Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. You're like, in 4 hours, I get 4 days off. I mean, so you just fucked around the rest of the afternoon, didn't you? You threw pencils, you just surfed the net, you pretended like you were shuffling some papers. That's what this is right now. This is the verbal equivalent of me killing time in my office, just trying to get the fuck out of here. And everybody else leaves early. They just fucking bail. Fuck it. I'm leaving early. That's it. I'm leaving early this week. Yeah, God damn it. Throw in a clip. Seriously, I wanted to do a clip show. And I wanted it, and I thought it was the thing to do, and I should have done it. It was my fucking instincts. I should have done it from the jump. But instead, I come here and I talk about my mom in Florida and all sorts of bullshit. And it was just, I wasted my time and everybody else's. Fuck it. Put on a clip. Oh, dude, I saw this. I'm driving, and you know the idiots with the arrows, the dancing around, and they're like, "Hey, buy a house or a sandwich." You know what I mean? And again, sandwich lurks. This is the third time I've said sandwich in this podcast. It's in my brain. I have to stop saying sandwich. It's a word I love. I love the word sandwich, and I love sandwiches. You know, it's fortuitous that sandwiches are called sandwiches because I enjoy them and their name. I think that's great. All right. But I can't stop bringing them up because I'm stupid. All right. So I see a guy with the arrow. There's a Little Caesars guy. Okay. He's on Cahuenga and Laurel Canyon. And he's outside. You know, normally they're like, "Hey, buy a house," and then they're dancing around with the arrow and all that fun nonsense. Well, this he's basically just standing there like, usually just rocking it back and forth, left and right, left and right. He's not throwing it in the air. He's not doing a crazy dance. He's outside of Little Caesars. You'll drive by him and he's just like, "Hey, there's pizzas for $5." Like he couldn't be less enthused about it. So I see this guy periodically, and he's just standing there holding the arrow and kind of like and trying to do the best he can because a lot of guys put the real oomph into it, but he's just like shaking it and pointing, and my favorite part is he's using the arrow like an arrow, like he's got it facing Little Caesars, and he's like shoving it toward like this is an arrow. In here there is pizza. He doesn't put on a show. He's very functional with the arrow. So a couple days ago, I'm driving, and as I approach, there's traffic. There's always a lot of traffic there. So I see him. He's going crazy. Like, I don't know if Little Caesar showed up and went, "Dude, we're not moving the pies like we thought we would. You need to put a little hop in your step there." So he's dancing, and he's doing like this weird, like fake soft shoe, and he's kind of throwing the arrow up, and he's spinning around, and I look at him and I go, he looks retarded. I mean, that's what he looks like, because he's just kind of trying to get it done, but at the same time you can see he's uncomfortable. And I think I would be too, dancing that close to traffic. And sure enough, the light turns green. He's got the arrow and he's dancing and he's turning in circles. Like, and I'm sure we've all done that as a kid to get high. Like when you just basically stand and spin in circles, and then try to stand there and go like, "Ee," and you fall down. Well, he's spinning around with the arrow, and he's pointing it, and I can see him. I can see it's going to happen. I'm watching it unfold. He's spinning, and then he kind of loses his bearings, and he fucking steps off the curb and falls right into traffic. With the arrow. Arrow goes in the air, and then he like kind of grabs it with one arm, and the arrowhead points right into the ground. Like it just... I mean, it was the biggest disaster of this guy's life. Because they said to him, they go, "Hey, man, you got to pick it up. We got to move some pizzas." So now he's doing this horrible, like, dance and spinning. And then you see he loses his bearings and steps right off the curb and collapses and falls down. And the arrow goes into the ground, and he falls in and there's cars coming. They all have to stop, and thank God no accident. But everybody honks, and you see him, he immediately... Now, have you ever done that and tried to get up? Imagine doing while you're holding a 6-foot arrow. So he's in traffic, they're honking at him, he's freaking out, and he's got his Little Caesars clothes on, he tries to put his hat, and he's like lurching to the side. It's like watching a drunk run from the cops. I mean, he's just doing everything he can, but he's confused himself to the point where he has no equilibrium, so he can't do it. And part of me is like, I gotta pull over and help this guy, and then part of me is like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. So sure enough, he finally staggers to his feet, and then he just collapses like on the curb. And quite frankly, I wish 8 skateboarders would have come out of nowhere and picked this man up. This is before me, okay? This is pre my going down like I'd been shot. So I thought it was hilarious. And then, of course, I wind up falling a day later. That's what it was. It was karma, folks. That's what it was. If only these skateboarders had been around to help Little Caesar. And he stands up, and he finally gets to the curb, and then he flops onto the curb and he leaves the arrow in the street. Like he's not even touching it, and he's just sitting there. And then he leans forward. Again, when you're drunk, you've done this, but he does it too. Just crazy spinny. He leans forward and just puts his chin on his his hands on his knees. Like elbows on knees and his chin in his hand. And you can see he's having that epiphany that I had when I had to make the left-hand turn in Hollywood, where he just went, I don't fucking need this, right? I mean, there's got to be something else I can do where I don't almost die dancing in the street. And I just drove past him. Like, I almost wanted to pull over and go, dude, it's going to be fine. I wanted to put an arm around him. Again, I wanted my army of skateboarders to put him back together. Something to convince this guy that life had not ended when he staggered into traffic with his 6-foot arrow and his Little Caesars clothes. Oh, Jesus. Because he's the one I really feel bad for. Because whenever you see those, the guys at the Arrows, when they're putting on the show, they're doing the best they can and making the best of it. And those guys actually make pretty decent money. But the Little Caesars guy, they just gave him the arrow and went, go stand out there because you're not good at the pepperoni. You're not. You've burnt the crazy bread one too many times. Get out there and stand in traffic and tell people to eat the food that you didn't make. That's awful. Any of those people I feel bad for, man. Because I just, it's like, when I was a kid, because now they have those arrow guys, and those guys are just arrow guys with arrows. But when I was a kid, they used to have to dress up in costumes. Like you would go to the grocery store and you'd see Twinkie the Kid. You know what I mean? Just in a big Twinkie the Kid suit. And by the way, I think I've made it very clear how I feel about mascots of food. I think they're war criminals. I've said this before. I think that the Pillsbury Doughboy is the biggest war criminal who's ever lived. And I feel the same way as Twinkie the Kid. Twinkie the Kid is on every box, and he's like, yeehaw, I've got a lasso. I've lassoed up a lot of my kind and put them in this box for you to eat and enjoy. Fuck Twinkie the Kid. He's horrible. He's worse than Hitler. Twinkie the Kid is worse than Hitler. And I'll tell you what, if I ever see anybody in the Twinkie the Kid, if I ever see Twinkie the Kid, I'm fucking killing him. I mean, and not in like, I'm not going to shoot him or, have a draw, like a contest, because he's got a gun. Twinkie the Kid has a gun. He's armed. So I would be thoroughly justified in taking out Twinkie the Kid. You know what I would do to Twinkie the Kid if I saw him? I would fucking run through him like a goddamn blocking sled. He would just explode in a fucking cloud of cream filling and agony. That's what would happen. Twinkie the Kid would be there. He wouldn't even see me coming. I would even get in a fucking 3-point stance. I would get down in a 3-point stance, and I would fire off the line, and I would run through Twinkie the Kid like a goddamn blocking sled, and it would just be a poof, just an explosion of fucking sponge cake, cream filling, and sadness. You cocksucker, sending your goddamn brethren to the showers, to the ovens. Oh. So him and King Ding Dong and all those assholes on those boxes. See, like Lucky from Lucky Charms, I don't have a problem with him because he's trying to get you to eat cereal. He doesn't have a box of leprechauns for you to fucking eat. If he did, that would be a problem. If he was selling like leprechaun bits, then it'd be like, oh, you jagoff, what are you doing? You're a horrible person. But instead, he's selling a cereal that's kind of Irish. All right, good. I'm on board with that. I'm down with you, Lucky. You live up to your name. You're lucky because if you were selling leprechaun bits, I would have fucking taken you out with a goddamn clothesline. I would have fucking IRA car bombed you fucking sellout. But no, he's not. He's a good guy. It's like Trix Rabbit. Trix Rabbit is selling tricks. He's not selling rabbit. If he decided to somehow try to get you to enjoy like Saddle of Wild Hair, then we would have to take out the Trix Rabbit because he'd be like fucking Joseph Goebbels. That's who he'd be. But that's who Twinkie the Kid is, goddammit. So if I ever see Twinkie the Kid, he's getting finished. So what was I talking about? How did I get into that? Oh, so people that dress up like that. So because now again they just have arrows and a smile and then a soft shoe. But in the old days they had to wear the full costume. And one time, dude. All right, I was on the road one time. It was me and Mike Toomey. We were in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and we're walking, and outside of the local grocery store, there was a guy dressed like the Hawaiian Punch guy. He's in the Hawaiian Punch outfit. He's got the crazy, and he's not. It's not a guy dressed like Hawaiian Punch. I should go ahead and clear that up, okay? Because that would be awful. If there was a man dressed and they like gave him just bits of the costume and said, "Okay, you're the Hawaiian Punch guy," that would be atrocious. Because then you look like the Fruit of the Loom guy in an apple. That would not be good. No, he's in the full suit. He's dressed like the Hawaiian Punch guy, and he has human legs. And I tell Toomey, I go, "All right, this is what we're gonna do." No. Because I thought it would be funny. We're going to call Jeff, the guy who runs the club, because he has a video camera. Now, again, this is like 1994, so this is a million years ago. This is before everybody in the world could film everything with their phone. I wish to God I had a phone that had a camera on it back then, but unfortunately my cell phone was larger than my car. My cell phone actually tipped over my car like the Flintstones' ribs. I mean, it was like that big. So I said to me, I go, we got to call Jeff, because I knew Jeff had a video camera. And I go, here's what I want to do. I want to get the video camera, and I want to walk up to the Hawaiian Punch guy, and I want him to punch me in the face as hard as he can.
He's like, what? I go, I want to walk up to him and go, how about a nice Hawaiian punch? And I'll let him punch me in the face as hard as he can and lay me out, and I want you to film it. That'll be hysterical. And Mike's like, all right, well, yeah, that'll be funny. Let's do it. So we call Jeff. We have to find a payphone, unfortunately, to call Jeff. Because, again, folks, it was a pre-portable world. And we tell Jeff to come down to the grocery store and bring the the camera. And I don't think he was too keen on the idea. But he was like, well, I'm in the middle of something. And I go, all right, well, let me call you. Let me clear it with this guy first, and then I'll call you back. I'll see how long he's going to be here. So we cross the street and we go over to the Hawaiian Punch guy, and he's out waving and giving out Hawaiian Punch. And I say to him, I go, hey, Punchy, because that's his name, Punchy. It says it right on his hat. At least this guy's hat. It didn't say. I don't think it says it in the real hat. But my favorite part is that they added the name to the costume. In case you were looking at him going, who the fuck's this guy? This inflatable guy in a weird Oh, it's Punchy. Fantastic. I'm glad his hat has a name on it. Otherwise, I would have just been calling him Hey You all day. Hey You in the stupid costume. So I said, hey Punchy. And he won't talk to me because, again, when they're in the suit, they can't talk. That's the deal. And I go, hey, Punchy, here's the deal. I have a buddy coming with a video camera, and I want you to punch me in the face as hard as you can. And he looks at me like, and again, the best part is his expression doesn't change. But I know underneath it, the guy in the suit is just like, what the fuck are you talking about? But still, he's smiley punchy on the outside, but he makes it. The only way he can speak to me is with his hands, because he doesn't know if I'm testing him. If I'm coming from Punchy Inc., like if I'm from Hawaiian Punch headquarters to find out what he's doing, he has no clue if I'm there to set a trap. So I say, look, I go, here's the deal. My buddy's coming with the camera, and I want you to punch me in the face as hard as you can. And he makes these. I wish God, it's not on video, so it's not going to translate. But he kind of shrugs his shoulders, like, what? In the Punchy outfit with his hands upturned, like say if a waiter was holding trays on both hands, but shrugging your shoulders. What? But in the Punchy suit. So I go, no. It'll be good. It's not like you're in trouble or I'm going to call the cops. It'll be like a comedy thing. It'll be funny. And what we'll do is we'll tape it, and I'll walk up to you and I'll say, hey, how about a nice Hawaiian punch? And I want you to punch me in the face as hard as you can. And he just kind of puts his hands in the air, and then he just scratches the Punchy head. It was brilliant. He thinks we're doing a sketch now. I'm almost wishing we taped this, because then he just kind of like, shh. He scratches the Punchy head like he doesn't know what, again, like I'm pondering this now as Punchy, but underneath the suit, I want to run from you. I don't know if you're from headquarters or if you're just a lunatic on the goddamn street. So I say to him, no, it'll be funny. I go, honestly, it'll be really funny. Just punch me and lay me out, and then we'll film it, and then we'll leave. Whatever, don't. And he just continues to just walk around and hand out Hawaiian Punch, and I'm standing there. Now I'm just standing there like leaning against the grocery store wall, and I'm talking to Mike. I'm like, where's Jeff with the camera? And Jeff never fucking shows up. Never shows up with the goddamn camera. I don't know if Punchy would have punched me. I think it would. I have no clue if he would have or he wouldn't have. Lily doesn't think he would have. And I got to be honest, I think the grocery store probably would have intervened. Something would have happened. But my favorite part was that I hung out there for 45 minutes waiting for Jeff with the camera. So Punchy's handing out Hawaiian Punch, and he's in his Punchy suit, and he's shaking little kids' hands. And I'm just sitting there I'm waiting. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get fucking jacked by this guy as soon as they get her with the camera. Because I'm getting in a character. Like, I'm in my head, I'm like, because I was going to let him punch me. I was going to let him punch me as hard as he could. Because he's got the punching hands. It's not going to hurt. He might have like his own fist in there, but he's still got a swollen Punchy hand. And he would have dropped me. It would have been great. But unfortunately, that sketch never came to fruition, folks. I had all these ideas. When I was a young man, I had all these brilliant ideas for things that were sketches. Toomey and I were on the road, and there's not a grocery store, the car dealership. And in front of it, they had a giant inflatable dinosaur. As they do now, they'll have them on the roof like a giant gorilla or a dinosaur. Well, dude, the dinosaur, it was like 30 feet tall. It seemed like it was really big. So I'm like, dude, I wish we had a camera, because you would be across the street and you would just be filming the dinosaur, and then I would walk into the camera frame as tiny as I am, and then I would just start fucking wailing on the goddamn dinosaur leg. Just start punching the shit out of it. Like I was taking it on in a brawl, and the best part would be the scale of it, because I'm so small, but I'd be like, yeah, you're going down, god damn it. And then the dinosaur face is not changing, like he doesn't even notice that I'm there. How funny would it be? Just me taking on a goddamn inflatable dinosaur. That's a great fucking thing. Why didn't we have cameras? Just me on the road as a middle act destroying things. Oh, that would be funny. But I have respect for Punchy because again, being in that costume, that sucks, dude. That is awful. Because I've been in costumes a few times. Unfortunately, folks, in my high school, I was Super Raider for a small amount of time. It was the Bolingbrook Raiders, and I was Super Raider. Which means I basically dressed in like a cape and a hat, and ran around like I was all excited about football, and I think I was Super Raider for maybe a half, like a first half. I think that's how long it lasted, and then I got suspended. I mean, like something ridiculous happened. But when I was Super Raider, I had like just like they didn't even have like a good costume for me. I had like a T-shirt and like a football jersey, and then like a cape that would tied around, and like a hat, like a black hat. So it was like I was Zorro, but like a fat Zorro. Who was 15 years old or 13 or whatever the fuck I was when I was Super Raider. But I literally lasted half of a football game. And then something happened, and I probably wandered off and had a Snickers bar and disappeared. I don't know. And then I got suspended, and I wound up in internal. And when you're an internal, when you're on internal suspension, you're not supposed to go to sporting events, and which to me is the weirdest thing in the world. It's like, why can't you take my $2 and let me watch a football game? But so then I was an internal for 2 weeks or something, and by the time I got out, Mike McAvicious was Super Raider. Like I had been usurped as Super Raider, and and I don't know how this happened, but McAvicious. He looked like D'Artagnan from the Three Musketeers. He had the most amazing Super Raider costume in history. I don't know if I like to think that he had been plotting to become Super Raider all that time, and at his house he was dancing around like Super Raider. He was like Jamie Gum. Like he had the Super Raider suit on, and then he did the tuck, like he tucked his cock between his legs, and then he was like, Raiders, go Raiders, at his house naked but with his cock tucked and the Super Raider outfit on. So I picture him doing that. And then I wind up getting an internal, and he immediately bursts in, and he's like, look, I've got a frilly shirt and a red cape and a crazy hat. Why can't I be Super Raider? Boom. You're fucking Super Raider, McAvicious. Enjoy it. So I have respect for the people in the costume because it takes getting in the costume is, nobody wants to be in the costume. Like the people with the arrows, they might be dancing around and having fun, but they don't want to be out there with the arrows. Nobody wants to be inhaling car fumes and spinning a giant pointing device. Nobody. I don't care how much money you make. I signed up with a temp agency when I was a kid. When I was 22, whatever. And was I 22? Let me think. That's 67, 89. Yeah, it's around then because I lived here. It was before I went back to Chicago. And with the temp agency, I wrote down that I was willing, like I was an entertainer. So they call me one day, and they're like, hey, we got a job, and we think it'll be right up your alley. I said, great, what is it? And because I'm good at alphabetizing and being an entertainer. They're like, well, it says you're an entertainer. I said, yeah. They go, well, they need someone for the fruit and vegetable show to work the floor. And I said, great. I'm on board. Where is it? And it was at the convention center, the LA Convention Center, and it was the National Fruit and Vegetable Show. And I was going to be working for, I guess, Fruit Inc. I don't know who the fuck I was working for. But I said, okay, great, I can do that. And I go, so what, I'm a host in a booth or something like that? They go, yeah, you'll be in a booth, and it's great. You attract attention and you get people to the booth. And I said, great, I'll do it. When is it? They go, tomorrow. I said, fantastic. So they said, we will call you with the details when we know everything. I said, good. So they have to call you with the job, and I don't know if I had to wear a shirt and tie, because again, I'm going to be talking to people. So, and so, because at the time I was a fledgling stand-up, so I thought I was going to be funny and be able to bring people to the booth, and then Fruit would take over and get them to do whatever and buy pears. I have no idea what they were trying to do. So they call me back and they go, okay, we've got your right sizes here, right? And I go, what do you mean? And they go, well, it says here that you wear like an extra large shirt or whatever. And I said, well, yeah, 2X probably. And they go, okay, because you're going to be a mascot tomorrow. I said, what do you mean a mascot? And they go, well, you're going to be a cantaloupe. And I said, what do you mean? And they go, you're going to be in a cantaloupe suit. And I said, and stupid me, I'm still not, and I go, a suit of cantaloupes? Like I'm thinking, like again, like the Fruit of the Loom guys where like the grape guy has all the grapes on him. I think I'm going to be in a regular suit with a suit and tie, but with cantaloupes on it. Like I don't even know what the fuck's going on. And she goes, no, you're going to be in like, the San Diego chicken? I said, yeah. She goes, well, you're going to be like a cantaloupe in a cantaloupe suit. I said, okay. what do I like? What kind of clothes? What like it covers my whole body? She goes, no. Do you have orange pants? Of course I do. Why wouldn't I have orange pants? I'm an entertainer. Of course I don't have fucking orange pants. She goes, well, can you buy some orange pants? Yes, that's what I can do now at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I can run out and buy orange pants. Because, there's nothing fat guy likes more than wearing bright colored pants. I said, no, I'm sorry, I can't. She goes, well, do you have anything close? I said, I have red sweats. She goes, great, perfect. That'll be great. So what you want to do is you want to wear red sweats. Doesn't matter what you're going to wear up top because you're going to have the suit on, but you wear red sweats. And then if you want to wear, I go, well, are they going to have shoes for me to wear? Like, she goes, what do you mean? I go, like comically big cantaloupe shoes. Like, I don't know how the, like Kool-Aid's feet. I mean, what are they going to have? She goes, well, just wear gym shoes and then it should be okay. I said, all right, fine. So I show up at the convention center and I got to go through like 9 different hoops to park and all this stuff. And when I say red sweats, by the way, folks, I'm talking like candy apple red sweats. They're not even fire engine red. They're just they're like cherry red. They're like the brightest red you could ever imagine. I don't even know why I owned them. I don't know how it happened. I think it was one of those things where a girlfriend once was like, "Here, these are yours." Yes, thanks. And they got buried in a fucking closet. So I'm wearing these red sweats, and then I wore like a UFO shirt because again they're not going to see the top of me. And this is by the way, this is a 3-day gig as a cantaloupe. And I get $100 a day. I'm like, all right, I'm in. So I show up and I find the booth, and they go, hey, wow, you're bigger than we thought you were going to be. And I said, thanks. They go, well, no, not just we didn't mean it like that, but you're taller than we thought. Hold on, we've got to find Don. So they got to find Don, who apparently is the cantaloupe wrangler. I don't know who Don is, but I got to slip by Don for some sort of approval. So I show up, and now I'm thinking I'm going to lose the gig. And, the only thing worse than being booked to be a cantaloupe is needing the job as a cantaloupe. Like, I need this $300 deathly. I have to fucking have it. So now I'm like, all right, well, can I slump down? What the fuck can I do to convince them I can be a cantaloupe? So they bring me to the back, and I meet Don. And Don goes, hi, he introduces himself. And he goes, wow, you're tall, huh? I go, yeah. And he goes, yeah, we told him we couldn't be over 6 feet. I go, I'm 6'2". He goes, okay. Well, all we can do is see if you fit in the costume. I said, great, let's do it. So they bring me over, and they go to, there's like this like supply booth where they have a bunch of boxes. And they pull out these boxes, and they open it up, and it's all folded up, and they pop it. It pops out like a fucking like an air mattress getting inflated. Like if when you pull the cord on an inflatable boat and it just becomes huge. They pull out what looks like it's all smushed and folded, and they take it's got a bungee cord around it. One of those the things that you use to attach things to the top of your car. They unhook it, and it's sprawling. It unfolds as a cantaloupe. And when I say it's a cantaloupe, folks, it's a round. It looks like a hamburger bun. I mean, it looks like ridiculous. It is a round, brown lump of fabric with 2 eyes and a smiley face on it. That's all it's got. It's got like 2 eyes and a smiley mouth, and it's burlap, and it just feels like scratchy. And I'm like, oh no, okay. And what it is I've got to put it on, and then I put my arms through it, and then it's on top of me. I mean, it couldn't look less like a cantaloupe. What they should have done is like cut a wedge out and had like like orange in the top so you could see that it was a cantaloupe. But then it would look like a chunk was taken out of my head, and I'm fucking horrible. So they unsproing it, and it's all there. And the guy goes, all right, well, you got to try it on. So I put the cantaloupe suit on, and I don't know where it's supposed to go. But I put it on, and it comes down right past my balls. Like it basically covers my balls, all right, in the red sweats. And he goes, ooh, which I know is not a good noise when someone sees you in a cantaloupe suit. And I go, what's up? And he goes, take it off. So I take it off, and he goes, yeah. He goes, it's supposed to go down like past your knees. I go, okay. I go, well, I could like kind of crouch down, because I'm pleading for the cantaloupe gig, because again, I don't want to lose $3. And he goes, well, you know what? It's not going to be a problem. I mean, you know what? Are you comfortable with it? I go, yeah, I'm comfortable if you're comfortable. He goes, great. So I said, all right, so what do I do? And he goes, all right, nothing. You put the suit on, and you're going to go out in front of the booth, and people are going to walk up, and you just shake hands. Just shake hands and do whatever you want to do. Put your hands in the air, point. The only thing you can't do is talk. Now, I think, again, I'm 22 years old, and I think I'm there because I'm funny. Like, I think I'm, like, going to be drawing people to the booth. Like, I thought I was going to be wearing a suit and tie, and I was going to be hilarious, and people were going to love me, and then I was going to sell fruit. No, I now have to climb into a blanket and make sure I don't say a fucking word to anyone. That's, like, my rules. Don't talk to anybody. So I go, oh, okay. He goes, all right, so whenever you're ready. So I put the cantaloupe thing on, and by the way, I should mention this. When I first put it on, unbelievably hot. Again, it's made of burlap on the outside, but then I think it was stuffed with goose down and a space heater. I think that's what was inside of it. But I put it on, and I could not. I mean, I am so hot, instantly hot. And you can see out through the burlap eyes, and there's kind of like around the mouth, there's like a burlap, like a place to breathe, but it's not pressed right up against my face. So I'm just living in the suit and hoping air gets in through the bottom. Like, I mean, that's what the way it is. So I put on the cantaloupe suit, and they have to lead me by the hand outside, and they give me orange gloves. So I have orange gloves and red sweats. White gym shoes. They didn't give me any funky cantaloupe feet. And then a brown cantaloupe suit. I look like, if anything, I look like a cantaloupe grown in Poland. I look like a complete Polak cantaloupe. So I walk out, and I'm waving, and I'm shaking hands, and everybody who comes up to me, again, because I'm at the cantaloupe booth, and every person who comes up, I'm not lying to you, every person who comes up either says to me or to the other people, hey, what's a potato doing in the cantaloupe booth? And shakes my hand. Hey, potato, I think you're in the wrong place. Hey, potato, what's going on? Well, you're selling cantaloupes now? Like, because they're all hilarious. All right, they're cracking themselves up. And I'm in the cantaloupe suit, and I don't even want to be in the fucking cantaloupe suit. But I can't talk, but now I'm pissed off that they think I'm a goddamn potato. Like, already I've got an identity crisis because I'm not me. I'm a cantaloupe and I can't talk. But now I have an identity crisis within an identity crisis because now I'm a potato and a cantaloupe and I'm fucking pissed. But I can't talk and I can't correct anybody. They said to me, don't talk, just shake hands. So now I'm doing, you know what I'm doing? I'm doing what Punchy did. But this is pre-Punchy. This is pre-Punchy, so now I understand why Punchy did it. This is at least 3 years before Punchy put his hands in the air, but that's all I'm doing. People are like, hey, what's a potato doing here? Shrug, hands in the air. That's all you can do when you're in the goddamn suit. I got to give Punchy a break. So I'm in the cantaloupe suit, and I'm there for a couple hours, and they come over and they're like, all right, you can go on a break pretty soon. And I'm like, fantastic. So I'm shaking hands, and everything's good, and then a guy comes over and he pulls me aside. He goes, hey, come here. And I go over, and this is Sam. He works there as well. He's Sam and Don, head of the cantaloupe industry, I guess. Sam pulls me aside. He goes, you okay in there? And I'm like, yeah, why? He goes, you're dripping. So I don't even think about it. He goes, why don't you take your break? So he sends me back to where the supply room is. So I go in the back. I take the suit off, and I look down. I am soaked. I mean, you could wring my shirt out. And unfortunately, because the cantaloupe suit doesn't go down to my knees, you can see that my balls are sweating unbelievably. Like, I am so hot. My shirt is soaked. Like, I can wring my shirt out, but even worse, I'm wearing these bright red sweats. And there is sweat stains from my balls all the way down my legs, and my ass is completely soaking wet. I look like I jumped into a pool. I look like I dove into a pool, but it stopped at mid-thigh. That's what it looks like. I am completely, my hair is wet. You could wring it out. I've only been in this suit 2 hours. I'm doing this 3 days. And they come in the back, and they go, are you all right? And they go, yeah, I'm fine. And they go, because you're losing a lot of fluid out there. Losing a lot of fluid out there. I go, no, I think I'm fine. And they go, okay, well, why don't you just take a walk and, walk around the floor for a while and go get some air. And I go, I'm fine. So I walk out, and as I hit the floor, everybody's looking at me because I'm so wet. They're wondering. You know what? They're wondering where the flash dance booth is, where the guy pulled the chain and got splashed with water before he danced up the wall like Cynthia Rhodes. I mean, they don't know what the fuck is happening, and I'm hitting all the booze for samples. I'm eating some bell peppers. I'm eating some fancy, I'm all this. And as I'm walking, I look and I walk past a mirror. There's like a mirror post, and I stop, and I back up, and I go, oh no! You can see again my balls. It is like I look like I spilled water all over myself. I'm ghost white too, by the way. That's why they're asking me if I'm okay, because I'm ash white. I've gone completely. It looks like all the blood ran out of me into my sweats. That's what it looks like. And I'm like, Jesus, I didn't know I was that close to passing out. I felt okay. So I make it back to the Cantaloupe booth, and they go, are you all right? They go, yeah, I'm fine. I went and had some vitamin C. I had some bell peppers. I think I'm good. So they go, all right, well, put the suit back on. So I go in the back, and I put the Cantaloupe suit back on. And if it's possible, it's even hotter. Now it feels like I've climbed into a steamer trunk, and I'm on a boat. I mean, it's like I'm just so wet and gross and spongy. And I walk out, and sure enough, I walk out of the back booth, and the guy goes, hey, the potato's back. God damn it! I'm not a fucking potato! I'm a goddamn cantaloupe! So I'm shaking hands, and kids are walking up, and I mean, I look down. Now I'm looking down. Now I'm checking, and I can see that I'm soaked. Like, I mean, you can essentially see my balls now. My sweats are opaque. I'm so sweaty and fucking dripping. And people are coming up and going, hey, potato, hey, potato. And I'm finally, these guys come up, 3 dudes, their ties are loose, and it's near the end of the day. And I've already taken 2 other breaks because they've sent me on my way to go get some air and take a lap. And end of the day, finally, I'm there, and these 3 dudes come up with their ties, and they want a picture with me. And I just kind of nod, like, because I can't talk. Again, I nod, and they go, all right, come with us. And they start to pull me. And I can't talk, so I'm just like, I'm waving my hands like, no, Cantaloupe cannot leave. And they go all over, and they call Sam. They go, Sam, can we take him for a picture? And he's like, yeah, go ahead, just bring him back. And I'm like, yeah, fucking bring me back, you jackasses. So these 3 dudes grab me, and they're like, oh, is it hot in that suit? And I'm like, what do you think? You can see my balls. Of course it's hot in this goddamn suit. Don't patronize me. The suit's supposed to get onto my knees. It's not my fault I'm 6'2". They didn't tell me that everybody in the world was going to be able to see my nuts in the middle of this goddamn thing. It's the fruit and vegetable show, not the fruit, vegetable, and nut show, although it's kind of the nut show at this booth. My nuts are on goddamn display. Look, the Cantaloupe's got balls. Yeah, he does, just to be getting in the suit. No, I mean, he's really got balls. And goddamn it, they won't stop sweating. So they take me, and they're walking me through, and I don't know what's going on. I'm just being led. This must feel like an Abu Ghraib, when they would just take people out of the cell in the dark and lead them through this crowd of people. They don't know what's happening. Just people are slapping their hands, and they're just kind of mystified, looking through this half burlap sack. They don't know where they're going, and I'm just waiting to get stacked into a pyramid with a bunch of naked dudes. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. But these 3 guys grab me and just drag me through the Abu Ghraib of the fruit and vegetable show. And all of a sudden, I see what they're going to do. They turn me around the corner, turn me around another corner, and I wind up at the carrot booth, and there's a guy in a carrot suit. And he turns around with his carrot suit, and he sees me, and I swear to God, he just slumps forward. You see him crestfallen, like, really? It's not bad enough I'm a carrot on display, but now you bring this potato to take a picture with me? And I'm like, fuck you! I'm not a potato! I'm a goddamn cantaloupe! So they bring me over, and they make me take a picture with the carrot. Like, literally, like, it's carrot and potato, and we got our arms around each other, and these guys are cracking up, and they're taking pictures. And the carrot, he leans over to me, and we got our arms around each other, and we're just posing for pictures. And again, we can't talk, but the carrot leans over, and he just goes, I fucking hate these guys. I don't know. I know it's a man now. I couldn't tell who it was because, again, we can't see the carrot's balls. But I know it. But at least I know it's a dude now. And he's in a worse suit. Like, because he has his legs coming out of the carrot, and there's carrot that goes down in the middle of him. And the carrot tapers up to the top with, like, a chervil top. And he's got eyes and a smiley face. And he leans forward to me. I fucking hate these guys. And I just laugh in the fucking potato suit. I got my arm around him posing for pictures. And I just tapped him. I like smacked him on the carrot ass. Bang! Yeah, I get it. And then I was led back to my cantaloupe potato prison through the crowd of people, dripping sweat, burlap sack, waiting to see what special form of torture they thought of for me this morning. I get back and it's like quitting time. And I'm like, I'm ready to go. And these people walk up and they're like, why is there a seed at the cantaloupe booth? And I'm like, I'm just going insane. So then they're like, oh, it's not a seed, it's a cantaloupe. He's a cantaloupe. And they're like, that's a cantaloupe? And then they look at me and they go, oh, that's not a good cantaloupe. And I'm like, I didn't make the fucking suit. So they come over to me and they go, you okay in there? And I go, yeah. And they go, you ready to go? And I go, great. And they go, you know what? Let's go in the back. You don't have to take the suit off here. And I'm like, good, because everyone would see me fucking pass out. And I go in the back and I take the cantaloupe suit off, and I slump down. Like, I mean, I am so weak. It's crazy how I feel. I feel like I felt here at her house last week. I mean, that's how gassed I am. And they come up and they go, hey, you know what? We're probably not going to need you the next couple days. And now I lost $200. I'm like, and I look at them and I go, oh, what? Why not? They go, well, we don't think the suit was that much of a success. And I look up at the guy and I go, you know, why don't you trade me the potato booth? Have them split the difference. You guys pay me half, they pay me half. He's like, it's a good idea, but I think we're probably not going to need you the next couple days. And part of me wanted to go back just to see if they hired a second cantaloupe because whose balls weren't hanging out and sweating all over the floor. That's part of what I think it was, is they hired this big fat mutant cantaloupe and shoved him in a too small suit. It was terrible. So I finally take the suit off and they paid me. Luckily they paid me in cash right there. He paid me $100 and then he paid me an extra $25. He goes, here, we'll give you that for your trouble and then for gas and whatever. But we're not going to need you the next couple days. I said, okay. I go, do me a favor. Can I get a picture? He goes, of me? Oh, yeah, definitely of you, Don. That's what I want, is a picture of you. And I go, no, a picture of me in the cantaloupe suit. And he's like, yeah, we can do that. So I put it back on, and I got a Polaroid. I did this weird pose, like, ta-da! And they took it, and I think I still have it. If I find it, I can put it up online. But it's, I actually mailed it to my buddy, Dennis. I go, here you go. Here's a picture of me as a cantaloupe. But then I went to leave, and I'm like, I'm so sweaty, and I put my money in my pocket, and I go to walk out, and again, it's thinning out. It's the first day of the vegetable convention, and I'm eating samples. I'm doing everything I can to eat free vegetables on my way out, and I turn the corner to go out toward the parking garage, because there's an entrance for performers, quote unquote, employees, and I turn the corner, and just sitting in the parking lot, Indian style, is the carrot. He's just sitting Indian style with his head in his hands, like with his carrot face looking down at the ground. And I know he's having the epiphany. I've seen it because, again, when I saw the guy fall at Little Caesars and put his head in his hands, sitting on the curb looking at the ground, it's that epiphany of, I'm dressed as a fucking carrot. I got to do something with my life. And I walked up to him, and I looked down, and he like kind of, his little mascot head like tilted up, and I reached my hand out, and he shook my hand, and I go, stay strong, carrot. And I walked off to my car. Stay strong, carrot. I don't think I've ever been more proud of myself. Either smacking him in the ass earlier or saying stay strong, carrot. Honestly. The fucking greatest. It was worth losing the other $175 just to say stay strong, carrot on the way to my car. I got in the Caprice Classic and I humped out of there.
Wasn't that story great? Even better the second time around, wasn't it, folks? Although some of you may have heard it more than once. I don't know, but who cares? It's a holiday classic. It's like when you watch Thanksgiving, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, you don't say, oh, Christ, I've already seen this. You go, oh, my God, finally, it's on. It's back. My beloved story. And that's what you just heard, your beloved story. I don't know what Lily chose. I'm sure it was fantastic. But the bottom line, as always, is you guys can get me at Mike at MikeSchmidtComedy.com. You guys can get me at Facebook.com/the40year-old-boy. You can follow me at Twitter.com/the40year-old-boy. You can follow our friend Lily Von Stupp at Twitter.com/Lily Von Stupp or Twitter.com/MNTs. And if you'd like to be her friend on Facebook, you can go to Facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp. And through those pages, you'll find our friend David Hernandez and be his friend on Facebook if you'd like. And if you'd like to write Lily a personal note and wish her a happy Thanksgiving and find out what kind of pie she's having tomorrow, you can go ahead. Oh, filthy. I knew I could count on you. You can go ahead and write her at Lily at burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com.
Hey, all you fans of the 40-year-old boy. Mike's got new stuff to sell you. Stuff he hopes you'll enjoy. Just what's for sale. Of course we do not know. All we can tell you
is where you should go.
Zazzle.com, 40-year-old boy. Zazzle.com, 40-year-old boy. Zazzle.com, 40-year-old boy. ZAZZLE.com.
Is your business you?
What kind of stuff's for sale? We already told you we don't know. 'Cause Mike made us record this song way back in February. So we can only speculate just what Mike will try to sell you. Maybe his face on a tambourine or his own line of gardening equipment. Zazzle.com, 40-year-old boy. Zazzle.com, 40-year-old boy. Zazzle.com, 40-year-old boy. ZAZZLE.com.
Maybe his own line of high chairs.
ZAZZLE.com.
His face on your personal massager.
Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Teas every Monday night at the 3 clubs on Santa Monica and Vine. That's Monday nights at 10 o'clock p.m., ladies and gentlemen. Last week was a big hit with the Muppet Show of Burlesque, right? The Muppet Burlesque Show. I don't know what it's called. The Muppets of Burlesque, yes. And it was huge, right? You did well. You were dressed as Janice. That's our friend Lily Von Stupp. She's the producer of that show. Hi, Lily.
Hi, Michael.
Hi. So that's great that you did that, and the Muppet Show went really well, and you had balloons and people and all sorts of fun stuff, and someone had an Elmo stole, I understand. And,
Yes, she killed Elmo and made a stole out of it.
Good. That's what you want to do. And then this week there's a show. Is this week a theme show as well?
No.
All right. So this is just coming off of Thanksgiving. We're all still loosening our belts and full of tryptophan.
Absolutely.
Let me tell this story real fast. Well, no, I'll get to it. So you got the show coming Monday. And who's going to be there? Do we know people?
We got Russell Bruner coming down from Portland. We have Micah hosting, Quintessential, and Honey, I'm a Home are performing.
Are you performing?
Cinders. I am, provided my knee holds up this week.
But if it does not, you'll at least be there.
I will be there.
And again, as always, folks, if you've slapped Lily on the ass, you get in free.
That's not true.
Make sure you say, this is from the 40-year-old boy smack. And then she's like, she'll go, tee-hee, here's a seat. And free drinks all night. Because that's how she does it when she runs her business. Why not? So getting back to what I just said there, when the tryptophan and all that, I went and got my hair cut today. And I was talking to Natalie, who cut my hair, and she's telling me she goes, she runs the shop. She's the manager. She goes, yeah, I had a salon, a stylist call in today. And I said, yeah. She goes, yeah, she didn't show up for work. And so I called her and I said, hey, you're supposed to be at work. And this was their excuse. It slipped my mind. Or no, it was my mind went blank. And I said, I go, really? You know what else is going to be blank? Your paycheck for the next few months in this economy. Your mind went blank. You couldn't remember you were working? Fantastic. You're fired. And Natalie started laughing, and she's like, nah. And I go, well, is she a good stylist? She goes, yeah, she has a good, clientele, and she's a friend of mine. But I guess also a couple of months ago, she was like, she's a vegan, this woman. And she said that the woman is vegan, but then she started to eat turkey. And then she started to be late for work. She was late for work like five times or whatever. And finally, Nanny went, "Hey, what are you doing here?" She goes, "You know what? I just started eating turkey, and I think it's making me sleepy. Like it's really starting to affect me, and I'm not able to get up and get to work on time." And I'm like, wait a minute. She gave you this excuse months ago, and she's still around for My Mind Was a Blank? Are you fucking shitting me? Give me a job in your shop. I'll never get fired. Hysterical. So go remember that the Monday Night Teas every Monday night, Santa Monica and Vine, the 3 clubs, 10 o'clock p.m. And next week is going to be fantastic with all of those people there. And again, Lily's there with an ass to be grabbed. So that's fantastic news. Want to remind you guys that if you go to facebook.com/the40year-old boy, there are plenty of pages to bring me to your towns. There's a Toronto page, Bring Mike to Detroit page. I'm trying to reach something. Lily's making fun of me because I'm trying to reach, but I can't look because I'm trying to talk into the microphone at the same time. Bring Mike Schmidt to Detroit, Bring Mike Schmidt to Toronto. All these different cities. So if you want to go ahead and sign up, that's great. Remember that I will be in Milwaukee this weekend. That's Friday night, November 25th, 8 o'clock p.m. at the Carte Blanche Studios. Tickets are on sale at Brown Paper Tickets for the next few hours. Certainly, if you're hearing this on Thursday, they will stop being sold early in the a.m. on Friday. Walk-up sales right now, I would say, are in play. But Chicago sold out in the final 2 days, so that might happen as well. Watch my Facebook.com/the40year-old boy and Twitter. I'll also Twitter if the show is sold out. But if you're going to get tickets, get them now. I mean, because I can tell you right now, there's only a handful left. That's why I'm telling you it might sell out. So those tickets are available right now for the Carte Blanche Studios show this Friday night. That's Black Friday in Milwaukee. The Success Is Not an Option tour rolls into town at 8 o'clock, and tickets are available right now. All the pages are available on Facebook, like I said, to sign up. And please remember, Kickstarter is still active right now. The Kickstarter page at tinyurl.com/kickmike. We are very close, folks. Just under 2 weeks left, and very, very close. We had a goal in mind. If we go over that goal, that's even better because then it helps me out even more. But getting to the goal is the most important thing, and I certainly hope that you people who have not given will, and those who can and want to will, and those people who've written me and you're very nice to tell me that you can't give right now or you'd like to give in the future. I totally respect that, and I thank you so much for letting me know. Hopefully, if I come to your town, you'll buy tickets and come to the show. That'll be great. But that's to bring me to Boston, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, and Cleveland. Please go to tinyurl.com/kickmike. This is probably the last big push for the Kickstarter page. Next week, I'll also mention it because it'll still be alive, but that'll be only like 2 days left. Which I guess that would be a big push too, because there'll only be 2 days left. So this is not the last big push for the Kickstarter page. Forget that I said that. You ever been kicked in the head with an iron boot? No, of course not. Nobody has. Don't forget I said it. So remember that the Kickstarter page exists, and that's fantastic. tinyurl.com/kickmike. And remember, you go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com. There's a place where you can make donations up in the upper left-hand corner of every page of the website. A little Schmitty is there. Click on that. If you go to the Joe Business page, you can buy the Year 1, Year 2, and Year 3 download sets, which are available. There's also the links to Zazzle.com for mugs and mouse pads, and the links to tweakedaudio.com/40 for cock ring watches and autoerotic asphyxiation earbuds. Go ahead and pick those up for yourselves, and have a great Friday. And like I said, if you donate to the show, make sure you send me a follow-up email telling me if you want your full name said or whatever, because I mention everybody who donates on the show. People like Heather S. Heather S., thank you so much for donating to the show. We appreciate it, because she never said to use her full name, and I always want to say the full name. That's my instinct. But then I know that the day I do that is the day somebody's wife is going to divorce them, and I don't want to do that. Like this person, S. Khan. S. Khan. Thank you so much, Heather S., and then S. Khan, and then Eric A. Donated to the show. We appreciate that, Eric A. And then, and by the way, that's Eric A.'s second donation to the show. Thank you, Eric A. I appreciate it. And then our friend Todd Rush donated to the show. This was Todd Rush's 11th donation to the show. I appreciate that very much, Todd Rush. This was him purchasing a Denver shirt, so that was really cool. Heather S., S. Khan, Eric A., Todd Rush. Thank you so much. Oh, and also our friend Ronald, and I'm going to say his full name because who cares? Ronald Wood in England. I believe he's in England. So, and every time I post that, there's the Bring Mike to London page, and every week he's like, you got to come here. He's really excited for it, and I appreciate it. So Ronald Wood actually kicked in some money, so thank you so much for donating, Ronald Wood, and Todd Rush, Eric A., S. Khan, and Heather S. And again, if you donate, remember that I will mention you here on the show. And by the way, anybody who's given to Kickstarter already, that that's going to all start coming together in the next couple weeks. You know what I mean? I have to wait to see if it gets fulfilled. And now that we're actually getting close, I'm going to actually set up a separate email address to contact you guys. I'll do everything through Kickstarter as well. I got to get addresses from you for shipping, all sorts of different stuff. So just please know that that's all on the horizon. And please know that I dread it because I am very bad at the details. I'm really good at the, hey, I want to go to Boston, give me some money part. I don't know if I'm so good at the, I got to mail you 9 things part. So just know that it's all happening and it's all underway, and that's going to really take up my entire December. But still, your generosity deserves my diligence. So I look forward to being the person who brings that to the table. Remember that the Reddit page exists. I have not been there yet. I've been there to look. I have not unfortunately posted, but again, I keep pitching it because I want you guys to know that Reddit still exists. And if you can find it, I'm sure most of you go to Reddit and immediately go to the Jailbait page, but then really stop that and go right over to the 40-Year-Old Boy page. And also remember that every Thursday night, although I don't know if they're doing it on Thanksgiving, but Mikepedia.com. Remember, Mike-A-Pedia.com. They do the real-time listening party and live chat of the show. They usually do it every Thursday night. You'll have to go to the Westside 86 Jokers fan club page, which if you want to join that, that's great. But that's also available on Facebook, and that's usually the headquarters where Chris puts all the information. And also, I mean, I'll be on the road, and a lot of the people I know who do go to the chat room will be busy for Thanksgiving, so maybe they're not doing it this week. But please remember, Mikepedia.com every Thursday night, 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock in New York. People get together, listen to the show, and chat in real time. I actually stopped in last week and talked to them, mainly because I was so excited about last week's show. Guess who won't be stopping in this week? Although I might stop in just to hear what show got used, what clip got used. I'm excited to find out what that's going to be. I have no idea just yet. A couple of other appearances that I made. Hey, this week, folks, I was on Never Not Funny, the very famous and successful podcast with Jimmy Pardo and Matt Belknap. They were nice enough to ask me to be on. They had asked me to do the Podcastathon, but I will be in Milwaukee that day. So then they came back with, hey, dude, what are you doing that week? I said, I'm here. Let's do it. So it was exciting to go in it's always great to go in and talk with Jimmy and Matt because that's how I started doing this, for Christ's sake. So, and I'll be honest, I think the show is really good. I've been on twice since I left, and those were good, but this one is my favorite one so far. So if you get a chance, go to Never Not Funny, go to iTunes and find Never Not Funny Primo. You'll get the free 20 minutes, but buy the episode. It's worth it. Buy the whole season, quite frankly. Season 10 is coming up. Get your finances in order and buy, and look, it's so funny. Give it to my Kickstarter page, but first, go ahead and buy that. Oh, and by the way, Podcastathon, God damn it, I can't stop taking money from you people. But seriously, Season 10, Never Not Funny is the gold standard of podcasting. You cannot go wrong by subscribing, so go ahead and do that. And I was very happy to be on the show this week. Thanks to Matt and Jimmy for having me on. I also did a podcast that is not the gold standard of podcasting. How mean is that? God damn it. My friend Martin Willis he had me on another show of his called Comical Cast, I think it was. And it was just me and him. And he interviewed me from the bottom of a well. Like literally it was just him shouting into a tomb and as I gave answers. But it was good. It was fun to talk to him. So he actually likes my show. He's given a Kickstarter. He's a big fan. He's a friend of Gil Martin's as well. And so then he asked me if I would do his new show, which is called the LOL Hour. And I said, certainly, whatever you need. I'm happy to do it. He asked if I would Skype. And I then questioned everything about him being a fan because obviously he's never heard me talk about how I don't Skype. But then I told him that I don't, and he was very nice. He accommodated me, so it was just me and him talking. But I will tell you this makes me laugh. Martin is a guy who he interviews antique dealers. Like that's his whole deal is he that's how he started out. He talks to people who are really just dry. I mean, fuck, if you're going to talk about a cuckoo clock for 9 minutes, Jesus Christ, kill yourself. But that's what he did. And then he came to comedy because, as most people do, when they're doing boring things, and they go, oh, I could talk to comedians and funny people? Why the fuck wouldn't I do that? So that's when he came up with Comical Cast. And now he has the LOL Hour, where I think he's actually progressed to trying to be funny instead of just talking to funny people. And hey, good luck. But but the funny thing is he's talking to me, right? And he told me the show was going to be awkward teen moments. Like he wanted to get into some of that. So I don't have many of those. So we start talking, and he's like, all right, well, I'll go first. And he tells a story. And, folks, he tells a story that if it was my story, I would have taken an hour to tell it. An hour. He just starts plodding through it like a boulder rolling downhill chasing Indiana Jones. And I'm like, dude. And so it's funny if you listen to the LOL Hour and you hear my appearance, I almost want to make it a drinking game. Count how many times I stop him in his story and go, wait a minute, explain that for me. Wait a minute, elaborate on that. Wait a minute, tell me more about that. Hey, wait a minute, why were you there? Like, it's like he just tells this, quite frankly, it's a really funny and fun anecdote from his childhood. And I would have, Jesus Christ, I would have shaken it to death. I would have devoured it. That story would have died of SIDS by the time I was fucking finished with it. But instead, he just rolls and plods. So he tells the story in like 4 minutes, and I'm like, why are you not living in this story? If I had that kind of an experience, Jesus, are you kidding me? I would marinate in it. But it's so I keep stopping him. So and he's uncomfortable because he just wants to get the story out. That's the thing, is he's not a comic. So he's just telling a story. He's not living the story. And I'm trying to get him to live it. And really, I'm starting to ask more questions. So it turns out where I'm like interviewing him on the LOL Hour. It's funny. But then he finally finishes, and then he comes to me and he goes, hey, you had a story on your podcast about you and a girl? And I'm like, yeah. And then he leads me. He wants to hear the hooker story. When I went to In-N-Out, and I said to him, I go, that's a really long fucking story. You sure you want me to tell it? And he's like, well, just the gist of it, or tell it or whatever. And so I thumbnailed it. So I Martined it is what I did. I Martined the story, where I just kind of just breezed through it as much as I could. But in reality, like in my head, I'm like, dude, that's not an awkward teen moment. I wanted to tell an awkward teen moment story because I had one all fucking locked and loaded from year one that I've always wanted to have the chance to retell. But instead, look, certainly it would be an awkward teen moment if a hooker got in my car. There's no doubt about that. But it didn't happen in my teen years, unfortunately. That's where he led me. It's his show, so I'm like, all right, that's cool. So that was fine. So I told the story, and I had a good time talking to Martin. Go check it out. And you might be thinking to yourselves, why the fuck is Mike carving this guy to pieces? It's weird. He had you on your show. He did a nice thing. He wrote me an email today, and he's like, hey, if you could plug the show and mention the appearance, that's great. And you know what? If you could kind of like make fun of me a little bit, that would be cool, because I actually really like when you do that. That's fun. So fuck you, Martin. How about that? I think that's more of a fist rather than a velvet glove, but take that. That's making fun of you, right? You blow. You're terrible. Like I'm like the anti-Rickles. Like there's nothing clever or funny or sharp about what I'm saying. Hey, fuck you, you dick. Ha ha ha. Your show blew. I am just stupid enough to think that when people listen to me and they listen to the show, they should take my honesty and go, oh, wow, how refreshing his unvarnished honesty is. And the fact that he's willing to have a scorched earth policy and have no friends or no fucking future is so refreshing and great. But then they'll say to me, hey, do you need somebody raped with a steak? I go, yes, I do. Done. They'll take care of it for me. Thanks, Snake Rape. Oh, no one listens to show, bro? Wonder why? Wonder why no one listens to show, bro? I don't want to listen to show, bro. Please. Snake Rape, do it, do it, do it, do it.